Good morning, everyone. Look good, feel good, habit challenge. Wanted to come on and give you guys some more information and kind of let you in on how that's all going to play out. So, if you sign up, you're going to get more specifics on this. We'll get another video that will give the actual specifics of everything, but kind of general overview of how this thing's going to play out. This challenge is going to be you versus you. It's not you versus anybody else. The goal on this thing is just to kind of get us to build habits as we go along. It's habit stacking. So week one, there will be 2 habits we're going to work on, and then week 2, there's going to be 1 or 2 more. So then we're going to take the 2 habits from week 1 and then add on 1 or 2 habits from week 2, week 3, week 4, week 5. We'll continue to do the same thing. But it's kind of building you up, building those habits. Most of the time when we go all in at the beginning, which majority of everybody does on January 1st, we just don't see good results. It's too big of a change. People weren't able to do 1 or 2 things over the last however many months, and then we try to throw 7, 8, 10 things all at once, and it just doesn't work out well. So habit stacking is what we're going to work on with this. If you want to do more than that, that's fine. But for this habit challenge, we're only looking for the weekly habits that I throw out at you guys. So the way this thing's going to play out, it's going to be 5 weeks. It's going to start a week from today. So January 11th, Saturday, is when it's going to start. Once you join, you're going to get added onto a Facebook page, and then you're also going to get a habit tracker that I will email to you, and you guys will print off. And this is where you're going to track everything. So it's going to have 5 weeks on there. It has down here kind of what we're looking for, and you're going to kind of track your points and add up. The tracking the points, the adding it's going to be simple. It's 1 point per thing. I will go over, like I said, the specifics of what each of those are, but to give you an idea, week 1, we're going to work on getting 4 cups of produce in, any kind of produce, and then we're also going to work on trying to get 1 workout in every day. The workout does not have to be a full hour workout. So anything we'll kind of do. Ideally, yes, it's 45 minutes or so, but if we can only get 30 minutes, that's fine. If there's days where we can only get 10, 15, 20 minutes, that's fine, as long as it feels like somewhat of a workout. So if I just go for a 10-minute slow walk with a dog, that would not be a workout. But if I throw on a 30-pound rucksack and I do a fast walk with the dog for 20, 30 minutes, and I get tired, and when I'm back, I'm a little out of breath, and it felt like a workout, we're going to count that as a workout. We're not nitpicking on this stuff. The idea is for us just to build habits, to do something every single day for ourselves that can lead to results. Okay, so week 1, 4 cups of produce, 1 workout. And you will get a point for each of those. So 7 points per week for the produce, 7 points per week for the workout, 14 points total for that week. Week 2, we're looking at 3 palm sizes of protein. You can get more specific. That's fine. You can track your grams and things. But again, for this, we're trying to keep it simple and trying to just make sure we can do it. 3 palm sizes, size and thickness of the palm of your hand. We're looking for 3 of those per day. Do 2 of them at a meal. If you only eat 2 meals, 1.5 at each. If you eat 3 meals, 1 palm size at each meal, however you would like to see it. That can come from whatever kind of protein you want it to come from, ideally nothing fried. And then what you're going to do, so that's week 2. So then you're going to try to still have the 4 cups of produce every day, still trying to work out every day. And then we're layering on top of that your protein, your 3 palm sizes. Week 3, you're going to have week 1 and week 2 things still going on, but we're going to do half your body weight of water in ounces. So if you're 200 pounds, divide that in half, you're trying to get 100 ounces of water in a day. On top of that, we're trying to get 7 hours of sleep. Okay, this is bare minimum. Really, we should be 7.5, even 8 hours or more. Again, we're trying to go in the low level of this to give you guys some wins. 7 hours of sleep a night is what we're looking for on that. If you have a tracker, go for it. If not, if you don't have a tracker, what you would do is technically, if you need 7 hours of sleep, you would figure you're going to be sleeping for 8 hours. Because whenever we sleep, even though we think we're sleeping, we technically are up about an hour a night with just small bouts of waking up, but we don't realize it. So 8 hours in bed, 8 hours of sleeping will constitute 7 hours of sleep. That's not we lay down and, okay, timer starts, we're timing our 8 hours and we're on our phone. That's not. We're sleeping during that time. Okay. Week 4, 8,000 steps per day and no sweets. So those are two separate ones. 8,000 steps will be one part of it. The no sweets will be the other part. Sweets, again, we'll get into more specifics, but we're looking at like chips, ding dongs, Twinkies, candy, ice cream, all that kind of stuff. Okay, we're going to try to go the last 2 weeks without that as much as possible. Okay, and then week 5, and this is where it's going to be optional. So week 5, we're going to have all of week 4 stuff going on, or all the previous 4 weeks that we're trying to get into week 5. If you want to, it's optional. You can track your calories. We're not looking to hit a certain amount of calories. I just want you to track your calories so that way we can see where you're at. And we're also going to track our body weight during that time so we can get an idea of where we need to be at on our calories moving forward. If we do both of those and we need weight loss, we can gauge that and we can make sure we're in a calorie deficit. But we have to track them to see where we're at. We have to track our weight to see where our weight's going during that time. So again, I will coach you guys through that and help you. There's no points for that. So you don't have to do that because a lot of us, that'll be too much. A lot of us don't need to do that. Okay. But during that week 5, we're still trying to get all the other habits built up. Okay. So with that, you're going to, you're going to track points on all that. And then we're looking for 80% compliance on this. Okay. Again, 80-20 rule. So we are looking, there's going to be 98 points total. We're looking for 78 points out of that. Okay, so that's going to give you guys some playroom if you still have a holiday party coming up, or we're going to the Dominican for 5 or 6 days here in a couple weeks. I'm still going to do this during that time. I'll get my workouts in every day. I'll get my sleep. I'll get my water. I'll get my produce. But there's a chance there might be some ice cream and things like that in there. So that's where that can kind of come into play. On top of this, so we'll scan at the beginning and scan at the end so we can see our body composition and how it changes. I will do weekly videos. So at the beginning of every week, I'm going to do a short video explaining what 4 cups of produce looks like, the best way to get those in. Here's your workouts. Like, this is how we can this is what will count. This is what wouldn't. This is how you can kind of squeeze these in if you're busy. So I'm going to try to give you guys pointers as we're all busy adults. So I'm going to try to give you guys pointers and tips at the beginning of every week to set you up for as much success as we can for that week. Okay. So those will be weekly videos explaining what we're doing. So there'll be 5 weekly videos on that. And then on top of that, week 1 and week 3 is probably when we'll do it, at the beginning and in the middle, a group Zoom call. So I will shoot out a Zoom link. We'll all get on. Anybody who wants to, we'll get on the Zoom link. And that's where you guys can fire away questions for me. You guys can learn as much as you can. If you're struggling with something, I can help guide you through that. If you're like, man, I don't want everybody to know I'm struggling with this, then you shoot me an email. And then I will cover that during the Zoom call, but I just won't bring your name up. Okay. And then at the end, so at the very end, we will sit down one-on-one, you and I, for, it's about 20 minutes. It's kind of like a goal review. I'm going to look and see, like, okay, what went well for you? What did you struggle at? Now, moving forward from here, this is what you need to do. So that way it's not just 5 weeks and done. It's not 5 weeks and done. This is supposed to build habits that we can keep going. We can withstand for 5 years, 10 years, 15 years. That's the whole goal of this. So hopefully that all makes sense. I'm looking forward to it. I think it's going to be really good for us. Like I said, if you want to go all in and you want to throw all these things all in week 1, that's fine. But as far as the points go, as far as the coaching goes during this, we're going to focus on the one or two habits per week at a time and see. Okay, so if that sounds good for you guys, get signed up so I can get you guys into that group. I can get you your tracker in. I can start answering questions on that Facebook group right away. And then we need to get you guys scanned this week, or if you can come in on Saturday. If not, we can do it right before class or something like that. So get at it.